shit. It's 1,000. Spin that shit. Spin that shit. Spin that shit. Shit, you coming? Spin the check and get it right back.
What is going on, guys? It's your boy Eazyy TV bringing you guys another Division 2 video. Today, man, I just got some things I need to talk about to get off my chest. Right now in the state of the game right now that we're playing in this meta, I am very, very disappointed on how this game is turning out to be. All right. PvE is amazing. I love the PvE. PvP, not so much. I'm not going to be one of those people who fake it, who have, you know, make my opinion based off of other people's opinion because they're happy about the game and stuff like that. I still like, you know, making builds and things like that. But I want to be honest with y'all, like I always have been. I want feedback about this. It's a list of things that I need to talk about. First things first. They have stricken us to only have like a certain amount of builds that we can make that's valuable in the game. Now you can make a lot of different PvE builds, but you can't make a lot of different PvP builds because there's certain brand sets that's not in the game for certain pieces. So like there are no Soko gloves and DH gloves and Soko chest piece or DH chest piece. It's not in the game. And they will want to make things versatile. Y'all know how versatile I am. You wouldn't want to backtrack, if y'all get what I mean, from Division 1. Division 1, in a sense, is way more versatile than this game. Simply because you had 2-piece, 3-piece, 4-piece, 5-piece, 6-piece bonuses, and on top of that, you had the ninja backpack that you can use to make different hybrids. And there's so much versatility in that game with making builds and making different content. I am disappointed that they have stricken us to only making a certain amount of builds that's valuable. Right now, we are in the vector meta. I already knew this was going to happen when I watched Wids put out his footage. The day they were able to, him and Mark and other people were able to put out footage when they got flown out. I see him shredding people with the vector, and I instantly knew from right then and there that the vector was going to be a problem. It was going to just shred through stuff. And that's exactly what's going on right now. So you got people running vectors with shields, vector SMG builds. It don't really matter. All right. And it's just disappointing that everybody is running the same thing. Like I got other content creator friends who are pushing out different builds and things like that. But the general population, everybody is wearing the same exact builds. They're wearing the Wids build, aka the Wids build, like the SMG builds and the one-shot sniper builds. Now I want to talk about that too. The SMG builds, I expect for you to be shredded within a blink of an eye. The thing that I don't like about the game is that they have different aspects in the game, as in health regeneration, armor on kill, health on kill, things like that to make a build valuable. There's one build on this game. It does it, not even just one build, a gun, a certain gun. I think somebody told me it was like the 1886. You use the classic M44. Don't even really matter. All right. The build that Marco Style put out with the one-shot rifle is one of the most broken gear set builds I've ever seen in any one of these games. It's almost kind of worse than Pred in 9K Stam Pred in Division 1. Because this is the thing. If you don't get a headshot and you get a body shot, you knock off all the armor and half of their health, you're almost dead. Even if you get a body shot. It does not matter. You can have 200K, 220K, 250K, whatever the case may be, armor. That build would one-shot you, headshot you, no matter what you have on. It should not be like that. It actually shouldn't be like that. We should have some type of balance and versatility. This game is not balanced and there's not a lot of versatility, and I'm just speaking honest. I'm being super, super honest. Now, the pistol builds that I've seen. Jasamian put out a pistol build, which is so broken, but that's the game. But the pistols should not be that strong. You can have 200k armor and get hit 2 times in the head, 3 times in the head with a pistol or the body, and you're dead. So it kind of makes your builds that you're working on null and void. They're not useful because you can be shredded. You can be shredded within a blink of an eye. And now I see a lot of people running around with vectors and shields. That's all I see. It's vectors and shields, vectors and shields. So they're using a vector and a shield, and then they'll use like a shield and like a defensive drone. So they're blocking all the bullets and they just shredding you down within a blink of an eye. So this rifle thing is broken. It's really broken. You should not be able to one-shot anybody with any build on this game. That's not what this game is meant for. All right. The other problem that I have with this game is the one-tap shotgun build. I've seen a one-tap shotgun build. If he shoots you up close with a shotgun, 200+K armor, you're dead. So we got a 2-shot pistol build, a 1-shot rifle build, and a 1-shot shotgun build. And I thought the seeker mines in the beta was broken. No, these things are actually broken. A lot of the skills still don't work. There's a lot of bugs and glitches in the game still, as they can fix that down the line. But there should be some type of urgency behind this stuff. I got frustrated today playing in conflict because I don't know if it's just conflict or what it is, but bullet registration on this game is terrible. I have clips of me literally loaded into somebody. They take no damage and they don't have the immune thing. They just didn't respawn. And they don't have a defensive drone. And it's like they don't move and you shoot a clip, 2 clips in them and nothing happens. And then when they start moving to unfreeze, you die within a blink of an eye. And people thought I was crazy when I played the beta. I'm like, dog, the hit registration on this game is one of the worst I've ever seen on any game. Any game. If any of y'all don't believe me, just ask me for the clip on Xbox. I post it. I promise you. So like I said, the PvE is not bad at all. I actually like the PvE. The PvP, not so much. Another thing I want to touch on. Normalization, I think it's broken. The stats are broken. They didn't learn from last year about normalization. And to be honest, if we want to be fair, I don't think there should be any type of normalization in this game. Because this game should be based off of how much time and effort that you put into this game to perfect your build. My build should not be normalized, even in conflict, because I'm a conflict PvP domination type player. Even in conflict, you should not be normalized. This game is based off of how good you can make a build. How many different builds can you make? How good is the build? And for me to put a lot of time into it and then the normalization is still not right, and then we go into conflict and stuff like that, and you put me on a level of a purple who's a person who's wearing all purples, and I didn't grind my ass off of 465 and up gear score, my weapons are way better than theirs, and then when I get into that, we're on an even playing field, and that build is able to try to, you know, match up to mine. those builds should not be able to match up to gold builds. I've actually seen somebody rocking purple builds and destroying people on my team, destroying people like he just had on like a god tier build, and it should not be not like that. They need to fix the normalization. Also, I know the OG's gonna feel me on this one, all right? Division 1, I came in like 1.4, 1.5, all right? This was around the time that you didn't have to press a button to flag up. All you had to do was shoot somebody, you flag rogue. It is what it is. You get your rewards and everything. Everybody was hyped about the Occupy DZ. Everybody was hyped. Oh, it's back to the old school. It's back to, you know, back to how things used to be. You don't have to press a button. There ain't no turrets or anything. We're going to speak about the turrets. But there ain't no turrets. You ain't got to worry about nothing. It's going to be back to how it was in Division 1. Everybody was stoked about it. We get on the Occupy DZ. Everybody grind for their gear. Get into the Occupy DZ. Yes, it's cool. You can just kill somebody, and that's cool. There's no rogue status. There's no rogue rewards. And then what fucks the Occupy DZ up for me is there's no PvP modification. If you notice, they have catered to a lot of the PvE community by making the two dark zones normalized. When have y'all ever seen that the DZ was normalized? Why is it normalized? The DZ is the dark zone. Point blank, period. That's where you get massacred at. That's where you meet friends at. That's where you farm at. You shouldn't be normalizing people's gear no matter what DZ that is in. You should have a DZ to where it's old school like the Occupied, but there should be some type of rogue status and rogue rewards. And there should be PvP modification in that Occupy DZ. So this is what I mean by Occupy DZ not having PvP modifications. The way that you make your build out in the regular world, how hard you hit the NPCs, when you go into the Occupy DZ, it's the same level. Nothing changes. There's no normalization, no nothing. But the damage that you do to NPCs versus that what you do to players is on the same platform. There's no PvP modification. There's no, I'm doing this certain amount of damage to a player, but when I shoot an NPC, I'm doing this much. If you guys notice, when you go in the firing range, you don't see the PvP numbers that you're hitting somebody for. You see the PvE numbers that you're hitting for NPCs. So when you go into the Occupy DZ, how hard you hitting people, how hard you hitting the NPCs is how hard that you're hitting people in the Occupy DZ. There's no PvP modification at all. And that's ridiculous because a lot of people don't even like going into the Occupy DZ because you can be one tap. You can be one tap in the chest by a rifle or a sniper build. And then I've seen groups of people run LMG builds and just hip fire the whole time and shred you within the blink of an eye. Like, I go into the Occupy, no matter where I go, my build shred anyways. But the fact that you can shred people, that time to kill is ridiculous. And then you have no PvP modifiers. And there's no reward for this. Nobody wants to do that. But then you force us to play Occupy DZ, normalized DZ, where it's more people at. But then we got the handicap. And the handicap is the turrets. Why are we putting turrets in the game? I understand you don't want nobody to checkpoint camp. Common sense would tell someone to go to the nearest checkpoint and don't keep running out there. That's that's simple. But you handicapped it for the PvE players. Which really what kept this game alive is the PvP players from 1.8, 1.8.1, 1.8.2, and 1.8.3. We're the reasons why the game was still having some type of buzz. It's because of that type of PvP. So now you got it to where it's turrets in the game at every checkpoint, if it's not the occupied DZ. And then people will sit there and camp. This is what I want y'all to realize. That one-shot rifle build that Marco Styles dropped, I've been in the normalized DZ for the last 3 days. People are actually running those builds and camping the turrets and not flagging up. So they have the rogues out on the outside at bay, and then they will run those one-shot sniper builds. And as soon as any of the rogues try to peek, anything like that, boom, you dead. And you have the extra protection now because you have those turrets. And that's why I feared that the turrets in the game was going to be bullshit. They're being cheesed. These turrets in the normalized DZ is being cheesed. Point blank, period. Right now, I am not happy with the game. I love the PvE. PvP needs major fixing because I've known a lot of people who have returned this game that's not playing this game. I actually like the game, but we have to do something with PvP because one thing I'm not going to do is play a full another PvE game where I can just go play Anthem. You know, that buggy ass broke game. If I want to go play PvE, I'll go play that. I'm not going to sit here and fake like everything is perfect with the game. I'm not. And if any content creator, and I mean this shit, if any content creator is selling to y'all that this game is perfect and they don't see a problem with it, they bullshitting. They lying to themselves. I don't care if you friendly content creators, if you know me, if you don't know me, if you sub to my channel, this game is not perfect. I don't want to hear nobody say that this shit is perfect and I love the game the way that it is. There's no way that you can love all these one-shot builds. There's no way that you're a hardcore DZ player and you love the handicap that they give you in normalization. You can't tell me that you love the non-rogue status that you get in the occupied DZ. There's no way you're going to tell me that. And then on top of that, we still have a recalibration bug. I can't even recalibrate certain stuff, which is the same symbol as something else that I need. And it still does that, like it's recalibrating and it breaks the armor or breaks the stuff, but it doesn't recalibrate all the way. Or you'll recalibrate a something that say you want critical hit damage on one of your gear, on one of your pieces. Then you roll the critical hit damage and all of a sudden it give you weapon damage out of nowhere. These are the things that I'm talking about why this game is broken. The movement is still very sluggish to me. It is better from the beta, but they need to tune it up a little bit because what's happening is when you get into nice, decent firefights, hey, there ain't no cutting corners. There ain't no, none of that. You dead. If you're dead, you're dead. And then one other problem that I'm having. One other problem that I have. The lag in this game is atrocious. I have 1 gig up, 1 gig down internet. I have crazy amount of bandwidth. My bandwidth is on point. I have a Nighthawk router. This damn thing cost me $400. I shouldn't be having no lag issues when it comes to Division. I am literally getting shot through cover and I am getting shot through walls from NPCs and players. I have clips of it, of nobody even being around and me being shot through a wall. Now, this happened on Division 1. This need to be cleaned up for Division 2. And it's actually kind of worse in my opinion. I'm not going to rant too much more about it, but guys, listen to me. Y'all want honesty? Y'all always get honesty from me. I never bite my tongue. I never lie to y'all, anything like that. This game as a whole for PvP is in a terrible state. I ain't getting my ass kicked. I'm not. I'm actually fucking shredding the shit out of people. I'm finna drop a PvP build. I just don't like the way that PvP is for Division 2 right now. So if y'all ask me, Eazyy, Division 1 PvP or Division 2 PvP? Division 1 PvP, hands down. Hands down. Everything about Division 1 PvP was so unique. You couldn't whatever you want to call it, you couldn't compare it to nothing else. There's no other game that you can compare Division 1 to and the PvP. You cannot compare PvP from Division 1 to any game. But with this game, it feel like Wildlands. It feel like a knockoff version of Division 1. And then one more thing. Y'all remember the commercial that they showed us, the trailer at E3 with Division, how everything looked all good and looked real, the plants was moving and all that shit, the water? Look at what we have now. It looks nowhere near the same. They downgraded these graphics at least 3 times. In my opinion, and this is my opinion, Division 1 graphics look better than Division 2 graphics. Now that whole scenery, the ambience of Division 2, hands down is killing Division 1. Everything, the scenery and how everything look and the storms and the nighttime, which y'all need to fix y'all dark spots in this game, because you get into buildings and it's pitch black dark and we can't see anything. At least give us a flashlight that we can put on our body, you know, at least that. But I want to know how you guys feel. I just had to get that off my chest. It's a reason why I'm not dropping a lot of content right now. Well, I am dropping content, but not like a lot of PvP stuff. I won't be dropping a lot of PvP stuff until tier 5 anyways, because I do not want to be recycling builds like a lot of these YouTubers are finna do. But like I said, man, please, y'all let me know how y'all feel, what y'all think. Make sure you leave a thumbs up. Also, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And hit the notification button. I really want to know y'all feedback. I really, really want to know y'all feedback. All right. Y'all let me know if I'm wrong, if I'm just overthinking it, or if I'm doing too much. All right. But it's your boy Eazyy TV, and I'm out.